Renfield is out in theaters, new film from director Chris McKay, who previously made Lego Batman and The Tomorrow War. This one stars Nicholas Hoult, Nicolas Cage, and Awkwafina, and is a comedy action horror about vampires, or rather, vampire singular, because Holt plays Renfield, the servant and familiar to Cage's Dracula. Story takes place in modern-day America, and we learn that throughout the last century, Renfield has been locked inside this toxic relationship as a codependent person serving his master. He runs errands for Dracula, he provides him with new victims to drain, but he hates what he's become, and he tries to find strength to leave by attending a meeting group for people in abusive relationships. Things heat up though as a local gang gets mixed up in this whole plot, along with a brash police detective who wants to lock them down and avenge her father. So it's exactly what you'd expect. It's corny, campy, dumb, completely non-serious, and going for humor, which, let's be fair, doesn't always land. I have to say, in all honesty, I was underwhelmed by the film. I expected more. Perhaps it's because I'm a huge fan of What We Do in the Shadows, which also prominently features the dynamic between a wimp but also kind of sometimes badass familiar and an old vampire. And it just does that much better. Renfield comes across as weaker in every respect when you compare those two properties. I thought that the underlying sort of message about codependency and abusive relationships was clunky and very heavy-handed. The humor is not the best. The entire police gang plotline felt dumb as shit, and I didn't care about any of it, not even one bit. There's also a voiceover narration from from Nicholas Holt's character Renfield in some scenes, which to me felt like it was 100% a decision made after the fact. Like they cut the movie and decided something was missing, and then they added the narration, because I think the film works without it, and I think it would work better without it. It feels like he's often explaining things that we're seeing anyway, so it dumbs the whole thing down. What I did enjoy was Nicolas Cage as Dracula. He's fantastically campy, just full Nick Cage chewing the scenery. Lovely to see him have fun. I also liked some of the violent action scenes, which have some absurdly bloody kills. And a couple of jokes did admittedly land very well, like the doormat that Renfield buys for his apartment. That was brilliant. Overall though, I don't think it's a very good film. If I go to see a movie like Renfield, I expect to be entertained throughout the entire runtime, laughing and having fun. And I only did so at points, whereas the rest of it left me rather bored.